Hi, Shannon. Thank you so much for agreeing to have a chat to us today. I was hoping, if you're comfortable, I might ask you a couple of questions about your experience with COVID and what impact that's had on your physical activity and how you recovered. Are you happy to share your story about your experience with COVID?
Yes, absolutely.
So, if you can maybe tell me a little bit about sort of what first happened when you had COVID and I guess how you found your recovery perhaps compared to other members of the family who had COVID at the same time.
So my husband tested positive on the Tuesday, and then I've developed. So we're already in isolation. Um, so I developed symptoms on the Friday. So I did a rat and it was negative, and then I went for a PCR, and that came back inconclusive 36 hours later, and I did a rat test and it was positive. So I hadn't exercised for the 5 days or previously because I was in isolation, and then I hang on.
It's okay. I can cut it a little bit. That's fine.
And then so I have full blown symptoms on the Saturday night. So I developed a headache and a sore throat on the Friday, and then I had the headache and the sore throat, fevers, chills, developed a cough on the Saturday night. So I laid it on the couch for 3 days, and then I felt better on the Wednesday, and then so I decided to clean the laundry out on Australia Day, and then I laid on the couch on the Thursday as well.
Because you were so exhausted.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I was so exhausted, and and then I was pre-COVID. I was exercising 4 or 5 times a week, and post-COVID, I was exercising. Well, I didn't exercise for 13 days because I couldn't. So I was in isolation for 12 days, and then I exercised to about 2 times a week post COVID, and that's improving. But I my stamina is depleted, I'd say. So
And would you say, so how many weeks, Shannon, are you post-COVID now?
So 6.5 weeks post COVID. Yeah.
And would you say you're back to where you were pre-COVID?
No. So I'm back to 4 or 5 times a week now, but I'm exercising less. So I'm exercising 4 or 5 times a week, but not as much. So only 20 or 30 minutes. I used to do 45 to an hour. Pre-COVID.
Great. And so what I'm hearing from you, Shannon, is you feel like it's probably taken you a little bit longer than somebody else who perhaps hasn't.
Yeah. So my husband got COVID as well, and he was lethargic for about 2 weeks, and he started going to the gym after 2 weeks, and he was pre-COVID, he was going 3 times a week, and now he's going 3 times a week, and he started that about 3 weeks after.
Okay. So it's fair to say that it's probably been a slightly slower return to your pre-COVID form.
Yeah, and I'm not hang on, I'm not there yet.
Yeah, and that's a really good point to share, I think, Shannon, because it's important to let other people, I guess, feel comfortable with the fact that it might not come back as
Yeah.
quickly as someone else,
Yeah.
and that's okay.
Yeah.
And to keep going because it does improve, maybe just at a slower rate
Yeah.
compared to somebody who isn't post stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess it's also relevant for maybe other viral illnesses, the colds and the flus, that somebody who's recovered from a stroke perhaps might take a little bit longer to get back to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but to not give up and to keep going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that, Shannon. I think that's really helpful for others to hear as well.
Pleasure.